I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Law enforcement agents say there will be follow-up operations to yesterday's raid in the city of Newburgh, where 20 people with suspected ties to the Bloods street gang were rounded up and arrested on an assortment of charges, with half of them facing murder charges for a pair of Newburgh killings in 2009. It was the third raid targeting gangs in Newburgh in less than 3 years. Federal officials say it's part of their long-term commitment to making Newburgh's streets safer.
16 months ago, I made a promise to the good people of this city that we would do everything possible to break the cycle of violence, everything possible to make the streets safe for everyone, everything possible to restore the rule of law, everything possible to bring new hope to Newburgh. And so here we are back again in force, as you can see, for the third time in 16 months to make another payment on that promise.
FBI officials say they're now identifying a new crew of young city gang leaders. The ongoing investigations come at a time when robberies, especially involving highly valued gold jewelry, have risen sharply in Newburgh. It'll take longer than a week to determine the outcome of yesterday's mayoral primaries in Kingston. Andy Turco-Levin had a 21-vote lead in the four-way Republican primary, with about 80 absentee votes to be counted. And the battle for the Democratic line in Kingston's much closer, with Alderman Hayes Clement up by just 6 votes over Shane Gallo. About 160 absentee votes needed to be counted in that primary race. Winners in each party will face off November 8th to succeed current Kingston Mayor James Satile, who chose not to seek re-election. Absentee ballots will be counted beginning next Wednesday. This was a welcome sight for residents who live along the Pinekill in Westbrookville, on the border of the towns of Deer Park and Mamakating. Excavators have been working in the kill, removing rocks and debris from a waterway that all too often has overflowed its banks and flooded out residents who live nearby. The towns got the green light to do the dredging after Governor Andrew Cuomo waived permit requirements following Tropical Storm Irene. Rocks dug out of the kill were being used to add height to the banks of the stream. Residents are hoping it'll make a difference the next time the region gets hit with heavy rains. Meantime, the storms continue to impact the lives of many people. In Cutterbackville, floodwaters from the Basherkill forced the closing of the local post office on Route 211. Water inside the building and a potential mold problem led to the decision to cease operations and close down.
The landlord and the post office, they're kind of working together, trying to figure out how's the best way to rectify this situation. So they're both working on it together, trying to see, well, they're first doing the investigation to see how bad the situation is, and as soon as they come with a conclusion, they'll, start working on it. I'm praying that it'll be sooner than later. For the foreseeable future, Cutterbackville Post Office box holders are being directed to get their mail and utilize the services at the post office in Huguenot. It's big news in the Gunks. The Open Space Institute has wrapped up the purchase of almost 875 acres in the Shawangum Mountains. And the price tag, $8.8 million. OSI bought the property from the Smiley family, who will retain the adjacent Mohawk Mountain House Resort and more than 1,300 acres of adjoining land. The Open Space Institute will turn the property over to the Mohawk Preserve within 5 years. Reporter Adam Bosch will have details on the historic acquisition in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. And it is a special day of show and tell for Orange County businesses that chose to take part in the annual Business Expo, sponsored by the county's Chamber of Commerce. Local businesses were talking up their products and services to citizens and fellow business people at Anthony's Pier 9 in New Windsor. Participants say the expo gives them a chance to network potential customers, something that's even more important in a sluggish economy.
The best time to advertise is when the economy is somewhat down. And for what we do here, and the Chamber does a great job in driving in the traffic so they can see the community, both business people, consumers, can see what businesses are in the community and who are ready and able and willing to do business in the upcoming year.
They say in a down economy is the time to market advertise and get yourself out there in the marketplace.
Close to 200 companies and organizations took part in the expo in hopes of drumming up product awareness and future business. Fall-like weather is on its way. Tomorrow will be cloudy and cooler with showers likely. The highs will be in the upper 60s. The sun returns on Friday, but not the humidity. Temperatures are not expected to get out of the 60s on Friday. Get caught up on all that is happening by picking up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record and keep clicking back here at Record Online to stay on top of news when it breaks. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.